So if you haven't played Grounded before, I've played it on the channel. I was doing this with my brother and my sister-in-law like about a year and a half ago. Fun game, survival game. You can play it solo, but it is sort of designed to be like a co-op experience. Obsidian Entertainment put this together. It's a family-friendly game, super fun. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You can play one of these four kids who have been shrunk in their backyard, and you're dealing with like ants and spiders and trying to figure out how to get out and being back to big again. First game was great. The second game, Grounded 2, is coming into early access on July 29th. I believe because I'm on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Edition, I believe that means we're getting it as part of our subscription. So my plan at the end of the month is to dip in and start testing out a little bit of Grounded 2. I'm probably not going to put a ton of time into it because we do have Mafia, the Old Country, launching on early August, 4th or 8th, I can't remember. But from the 29th until Mafia, expect me to be playing a little bit around with Grounded 2 in early access. But because it's only early access, I'm not going to put a ton of time into it. Just want to take a look, see how it's developing, and go from there. This is Grounded 2 from the Xbox Game Showcase last month. I believe this is via IGN. Excuse me. This is like 15 minutes of gameplay. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to go play Destiny 2 for a little bit, and then we'll come back after that with some Subnautica 2 lawsuit development and some other stuff. So without further ado...
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Idos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
Nice.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Idos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Idos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios
What's up with the black screen?
share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian
I think that's on
Entertainment
their
are
end.
important to
Wasn't on
us.
my end.
Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
Cool.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
And Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different. But we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting
Wow.
area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Sweet.
The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park
It's good to know,
is the
Trans,
opportunity to
thank
create
you.
environments and
Starfield,
landmarks that are
Starfield,
mundane
Starfield.
at normal size. but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant.
Yeah, Gamescom is coming up.
Everything from a giant
I
trash
probably need to
can
schedule it into
to a
the
community picnic table or a snack bar.
calendar.
All
so
of
I
these
pay
areas
attention.
come to life in a brand new way.
Be a whole bunch of game releases and reveals happening.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach.
Nasty dude.
We're oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're gonna see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack.
Nice.
And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun.
Everyone says the rumor was that it was in
We're
August
leaning
for the
into
expansion.
clear
when I checked in February.
playstyles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues,
They might give an announcement in August at
Effect-wielding
Gamescom,
mages.
like Transcend was saying, but
and ranged
I would anticipate
hunters.
like a November. If they did a November
In the
release for a
first Grounded, we
Starfield
have
expansion, that would
mutations,
be
and there are
perfect
weapons
timing
and
for me, 'cause I don't
armors
have a lot
that
on the
favor
table
different
yet for November.
playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2.
Okay.
I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom.
Dude,
Then
I like
I can
that.
use the
Like,
extra
that was,
stamina
you know,
to reposition
So they're
and try to
basically
dodge,
the
rinse,
second game
and
was
repeat.
going to add
It's
a
high
layer
risk,
of like
high reward,
RPG
and
on
absolute
top
chaos
of
in
the
all the best
survival
way.
stuff that was there in the first game.
I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community
Because the
comes
first
up
game
with
was pretty much straight
and
up
what
just
they
a
inevitably
survival
break once they get their hands on the
exploration
archetype
game with
system.
your friends, like
It's going
base
to be
building
awesome
survival.
watching it
This is
evolve
adding
with player
RPG
feedback
elements.
and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release.
What?
Mounts.
Insect riding? Mounts.
Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
Oh, shit.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible.
That's
And
cool,
that meant
man.
making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well.
Oh,
Just like how we
picking
wanted
stuff
to
up and hauling
expand
it
on
back to your
player
base.
play styles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support.
Nice.
The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects,
Oh, that is
and the
fucking
ability to shoot
terrifying, man.
webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch.
Okay.
There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with.
So that's what we're going to get access to here.
The
in,
connection
like,
that
a
our
week.
Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the
Weekish,
sequel
29th,
as we
what is
make an
today?
even bigger game than the
9 days
original.
out.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the
they
story.
always do.
That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community. As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing and scope, and what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously.
It's never
and
going to be
make
fast
every
enough for
drop
some people,
count.
but
You can expect in our
ignore
big
those
updates,
people.
new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and Idos Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park.
that base
It's
looks
time
badass,
to ride
man.
together and survive together.
Yeah, the music, Jesus. Well, definitely going to be taking a look at that in early access here. I think it's the 29th, so whenever that goes live, we'll take a peek. I'm assuming we'll do some sort of like, since it's going to have co-op from the ground up, we'll probably do, I'll probably just let you guys know where we're going to be playing. I'll be playing it on the Xbox, so I don't know if they're going to have crossplay. They should be, it's probably going to be PC. It'll be Game Pass. It'll be PC and Xbox together. Yeah, we'll definitely be taking a look at this. I need to actually tell my brother and my sister-in-law because I don't know if they're going to want to jump in since it's early access or if they're going to want to wait. We'll see. Definitely looking forward to that. So, can't wait. That's going to be fun.